Going to the next chapter, which is called the reproductive cycles in mammals. What is meant by reproductive cycle or reproductive period? The cyclic changes which is taking place in the mammalian ovaries as well as the uterus during the reproductive period is called a reproductive cycle. റീപ്രൊഡക്റ്റീവ് പീരീഡ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഓവുലേഷൻ നടന്നിട്ട് ഓവം ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് മുതൽക്ക്, അതായത് ഏത് മുതൽക്കാണോ ഓവം പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, ഏതുവരെയാണോ അത് എക്സ്റ്റെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, ആ ഒരു പീരീഡിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ റീപ്രൊഡക്റ്റീവ് പീരീഡ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ആ സമയത്ത് യൂട്രസിലാണെങ്കിലും ഓവറിയിലാണെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന ചേഞ്ചുകളെ നമ്മൾ ഒറ്റവാക്കിൽ പറയുന്നതാണ് റീപ്രൊഡക്റ്റീവ് സൈക്കിൾ. മാമൽസിലാണെന്ന് വെച്ചെങ്കിൽ ദ റീപ്രൊഡക്റ്റീവ് സൈക്കിൾസ് ആർ ഓഫ് ടു ടൈപ്സ്. They are estrous cycle and menstrual cycle. ഈസ്ട്രസ് സൈക്കിൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഈ ഒരു സൈക്കിള് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇത് കാണുന്നത് നോൺ പ്രൈമേറ്റ്സിലും, മെൻസ്ട്രൽ സൈക്കിൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അത് പ്രൈമേറ്റ്സിൽ ഇൻക്ലൂഡിങ് മാനിലാണ് ഈ ഒരു പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ സൈക്കിൾ കാണുന്നത്. സോ എന്താണ് ഈ രണ്ട് സൈക്കിളിൻ്റെയും ഡിഫറൻസ്? വി ആർ സ്റ്റാർട്ടിങ് വിത്ത് ഈസ്ട്രസ് ഫേസ്. ഹീറ്റ് മീൻസ് ഈസ്ട്രസ്. Okay, so ഈസ്ട്രസിൻ്റെ വേറൊരു പേരാണ് ഹീറ്റ്. When female becomes receptive to the male by strong sexual urge, maturation and release of ovum take place. ഈ ഒരു ഹീറ്റ് പീരീഡ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഈസ്ട്രസ് ഫേസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞെങ്കിൽ മെയിൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഫീമെയിൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് മെയിലിന് റിസപ്റ്റീവ് ആകുന്നത് അറ്റ് ദ ടൈം ഓഫ് സ്ട്രോങ് സെക്ഷൽ അർജ്. By means of different kinds of courtship behavior, the female will be much more receptive to the male. So whenever the female becomes receptive to the male, there occurs the maturation as well as the releases of ovum. Okay, and it varies. The release as well as the maturation of this ova generally varies between different kinds of species. In the case of cow, it generally this estrus phase seems to be 18 hours, but in the case of sheep it is 16 days. In the case of dog, this period is called 90 to 120 days. So in this particular period there is a strong chance of the maturation as well as the release of ovum. Okay, so that period is called the estrous period or a heat phase. Okay, then estrus phase is followed by 3 more other stages. So I am just summarizing the different phases. I told you that the estrus phase is the first phase in which the male as well as the females having high sexual urge, where the copulation starts and the growthian molecules begins to mature and will produces the ova by means of ovulation. Okay, then it is followed by the post estrus phase or metastrus phase. Here there occurs the development of corpus luteum. I told you that what is meant by corpus luteum. This is a yellow colored body generally produced just after ovulation. Okay, so post estrus phase is generally characterized by the formation of corpus luteum. This is followed by another phase that is called the diestrus phase. This is a period of rest and the uterus become much more anemic. Diestrus phase is a phase, it is a period of rest as well as the uterus become much more anemic. Then pro-estrus phase. Pro-estrus phase is the next preparation of estrus phase, and in this particular phase the ovarian follicle begins to mature. Okay, so this is called the estrus phase. Estrus phase is completed in estrus phase, post-estrus phase, diestrus phase and pro-estrus phase. Then what are the hormonal control of estrus phase? The anteropituitary will produces three different kinds of hormones, that is follicular stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone and prolactin. The follicular stimulating hormone is generally concerned with producing ova, and it also stimulates certain ovarian follicular development. The estrogen generally causes the development of reproductive structures, secondary sexual characters, control of electronic balance as well as protein synthesis. Okay, then luteinizing hormone. The luteinizing hormone is very much important for the formation of corpus luteum, and it will in turn produces a hormone called progesterone secretion. So that what happens is that the follicular stimulating hormone as well as the luteinizing hormone begins to act antagonistically. Okay, so there occurs the antagonistic action of these two hormones against the progesterone as well as estrogen. So that's all about the hormonal control of estrous cycle. Okay, then we are going to discuss about the menstrual cycle. So I hope you understood what are the hormonal control. Hormonal control is nothing but this is generally caused by the activity of different kinds of hormone, that is follicular stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, prolactin, as well as follicular stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Okay, then the menstrual cycle is nothing but it is the monthly discharge of blood, tissue, fluid, mucus and epithelials from the uterus to the vagina in non-pregnant females. This menstrual cycle is generally found in primate organisms. During this menstrual period, around 40 ml of blood along with 35 ml of serum is getting lost. After 28 days, it generally repeated. This menstrual cycle will be repeated in every 28 days. And histologically, it generally consisting of 3 layers: an outer perimetrium, middle myometrium and inner endometrium. Inner endometrium is actually consisting of a stratum functionale. 2 different layers are found in this inner endometrium, that is called stratum functionalis and stratum basalis. Then what does mean by menstrual phase or menses? It generally occurs within a period of 5 days. And during this period there occurs the bleeding. Stratum functionalis becomes thin. That means one of the layer of inner endometrium becomes very thin. Progesterone as well as the estrogen level get increases, so that what happens, menses occurs. This is then what about the hormonal control during this menses phase or menstrual phase? The hypothalamus will activate the gonadotrophic releasing hormone for producing follicular stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. These 2 hormones are very essential for the growth of young follicles. Here the primary follicles will activate the secondary follicle, which so that one of the secondary follicles which matures and it will the rest of the secondary follicle begins to disappear. That condition is called atresia. Then proliferative phase, this is generally lasts for about 6 to 13 days. Here the uterine wall becomes very thick, regenerate, vascular and glandular under estrogenic condition, that is follicular stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone generally activate the estrogen, so that what happens is that the uterine wall becomes very thick, it becomes regenerate, vascular and glandular in nature. Then at every 14th day the ovulation starts. So that what happens is that the luteinizing hormones will increase its concentration from 6 to 10 fold and during 18 hours before the ovulation. So increase of this luteinizing hormone generally causes the increase of estrogen and the decrease of FSH. The LH as well as the FSH is generally having an antagonistic action. Then this is followed by the secretory phase. The secretory phase is generally lasts for about 15 to 28 days. This is actually the last phase of the menstrual cycle. This is the period between the ovulation as well as the next menstrual stage. There occurs the formation, after ovulation we know that there occurs the formation of corpus luteum and progesterone. So if fertilization occurs, the progesterone will causes the development of the secondary sex organs, so that there occurs a thickened uterine endometrium, glycogen secretion as well as the increased amount of tissue fluid. If there is no fertilization occurs, what actually happens is the corpus albicans forms. We have already discussed what about that all these kinds of terminologies, right? So what happens is the menses. If there is no fertilization, what happens? The menses occurs. This is generally put forward by the action of luteinizing hormone, follicular stimulating hormone and gonadotrophic releasing hormone. At puberty, the onset of the adult sexual stage is called puberty. At puberty, what happens is the gonadotrophic releasing hormone decreases, the menstruation begins. It lasts for about 11 to 16 days. Then, 11 to 16 years. And menstruation is actually the reproductive period. And menopause is a condition in which there is no menstruation will taking place. That is called a menopause. This is also called the cessation of menstrual cycle. Okay, actually this is actually the different hormones, the concentration of hormones which is generally produced during the time of ovulation. Okay, the role of luteinizing hormones, follicular stimulating hormone and estrogen as well as the progesterone, which is generally activated during the during one cycle, that means during the 28 days duration, what about the role of all these hormones in this particular cycle, that is menstrual cycle. Here you can see that for 1 to 5 days are generally caused the menstrual phase, 5 to 16 days are generally called the proliferative phase, and 16 to 8 the rest 16 to 28 days are generally called the luteal phase. Okay, up to the 14th day there occurs the ovulation or the releases of ovum from the ovary. So during this 14th day you can see that what are the major changes which occurs due to the influence of the hormones. What about the activity or the concentration